Hi, I'm Cindy Brubaker, and today I wanted to go through the prep and setup for a vendor sale that you may be involved in. It's important to ensure that you go through your items and take a look at the items before you put them out. Always make sure that you are prepared for the sale for the setup. So what I do with my bins as I'm getting ready to go to a sale, I take the time, I pull the items out that I wish to sell at the sale, I check them over to make sure that one, they're clean, because it's funny that you can put your items away and they not have a stain, but the next time you pull them out, there's a stain on those. When selecting your items for sale, it's important to put out the items that you would buy. So don't put something out if you wouldn't purchase it. For example, this shirt here has stains all over it. I wouldn't purchase that from another vendor at the Mums to Mum sale. I wouldn't expect somebody to purchase that from me. So for me, my smallest size that I start with is size 3. So what I've done is I've gone through and I've organized all my size 3 and 4 together because that's what fits in one bin. And then I have size 5, size 6, size 6 hanging, and then size 7. And then I do have another bin that has all my shoes in it or any toys that I was looking to sell at the sale. So let's take a look at what I have and how I've sorted my bins. So in here I have size 3 and size 4. So what I've done is I've ensured that I've gone through my items and I've made sure that my items are nice and clean and nice and presentable, that somebody would wish to purchase those. The other thing that I make sure that I do is I make sure that all my sets are together. So if this is a pajama set, I make sure that I have the bottoms and the tops together. And then I take a look at my items that I wish to hang to ensure that any potential client can take a look at the items that I'm selling very easily, and then I will get those all hung and make sure that they're available for the customers. So it's very important that you are well organized before you arrive at the sale. Because there is a limited amount of time that you have to get set up between a setup and the sale starting, by being organized, you are able to focus on the presentation of your table and making sure that everything's nice and neat, versus spending time as your customers are already looking at your table and you're still trying to put your items out because your items were not organized. So for every sale that I go to, I have a prep bin. So this is my tote that I take with me to every sale. It has everything that I would require for my table setup. So the first thing I have is C-clamps. These clamps, what they allow me to do is to hang a rod on my table so that I can hang any items. You just want to make sure that you attach them to the table in a secure manner that they're not going to fall off. And then I take my rod, which again I just purchased at a local hardware store, and I ensure that my correct measurements is there. Now I did go ahead and I did have one of my rods cut in half to ensure that I can put it on the table and not pose any hazard by having it hanging over too far. There we go. So now they're all set up to start hanging my items. So what I would do is I now start taking my items out. So I always make sure with my hanging that I do lump them by category. So I have my short sleeves, I have all my long sleeves, I then have my dresses, and then any jackets. And all I can do, now that it's all already well organized, is just hang it. And now I'll focus on the table items that I have. So I put my pajamas out. I also would put any pants out, any skirts that I have. So what I use these for is just a marker so that I would put it on the rod so that my customers know when my size 3 ends and my next size will start. So I just wrap that around there, and I use a little bit of painter's tape to hold it together. And size 3 is now done. So what you can see now is that my size 3 is out, my size 4 is out, my size 5 is out, and my size 6 is all out. As well as on the table, my size 3, 4, 5, and size 6 are all on the table. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start putting out my last size that I have, which is size 7. So again, I was able to organize my box to ensure that it was easy to put onto the table. And then my hanging is all ready to just go out. So with this space that I had at the back of my table, it has allowed me to put my shoe rack up here. So what the shoe rack does is I can place my shoes out according to size so that any customer who's looking for a certain size knows exactly where to go, as well as I've had some extra space at the top that I've been able to place some of the toys that I would like to sell, and the customers can see some of the toys that I have at the top. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've made some signage for the table that has allowed me to identify the sizes of clothing. So here I'm going to go ahead and put my size 3 tag up. There's my size 4 tags. You'll notice that it also says girls, so that everybody knows that I sell girls items. If you're selling a variety of girls and boys, you can do the exact same thing. Just make sure you label it correctly so that your customers can see where your items are on the table. So when getting ready for your sale, it's very important that you are bringing seasonal type items. So if you're going to a fall sale, you're going to want to make sure that you bring your winter type items. Nobody at this time is going to be purchasing your summer shorts. So what you can see here now that my table is nice and organized is that all across the front, my items are all at the same level. So it allows a customer to walk out, up to the front, shop my table with ease, and there's nothing for a customer to run into. So by having your table nicely organized, it allows the benefits of a customer to shop your table. Even when you're busy with another customer, they can see exactly what size they're looking for. They don't require your assistance to shop your table. So I've taken the time to price my items individually. This allows the customer to know exactly what my pricing is. They know what the item is and how much it is when they're looking at it. If you choose not to price your items individually, we're going to want to make sure that you have proper signage. So make sure that it's clear and it's legible and that customers can understand it. So if all your pants are going to be $3, make sure that it clearly says all pants are $3. But if you want pants to be $3 but your jeans to be $4, you need to make sure that you're labeling it that way so that no customer is confused with the prices on your table. So let's talk a little bit about customer service. It's extremely important that you are presenting yourself to your customers in a manner that they would want to shop from you. So happy, friendly, bubbly. Every sale can be different. One sale could be extremely busy, and next sale, there's not as many customers there purchasing from your table. So it's still important to not get discouraged in situations like that. A customer can read that from you and they may not shop from you because your table doesn't look very inviting. The other thing that I also do is I have an ample amount of bags with me. I make sure that the customer is able to, as they purchase from me, they can leave with a bag, or if they've shopped at another table and didn't get a bag, if I can offer them that bag, it frees up their hands to be able to shop more at my table. So it's important when you are selling your toys that you're making sure that nothing's recalled. It's the same as selling car seats or booster seats, that they're still within the manufacturer date. It is illegal to sell them outside of the manufacturing date. When you're dealing with your toys, make sure that all the pieces are there. So if it's not there, make sure that it's noted that you're missing pieces so that the customer doesn't get home and is disappointed that they purchased that item that is missing items. It's also the same as making sure that your toys are working properly. So it may mean changing the batteries or having the accessibility of changing the batteries there for a customer, or plugging it into the wall so that they can see that it truly does work. The first thing you need to make sure you do is do that prep work before you ever get to the sale. Go through your totes of clothes that you're looking to sell. Make sure they're clean, make sure they're organized. Also make sure that it's items that you're willing to part with. You have about 2 hours between start of setup and the start of sale. So if you're well organized, it allows you to place your table out very quickly so that you can focus on making it, nice and presentable for the potential customers. Make sure with your signing that your signing's very clear so that the customer can see your table, shop your table without your assistance, as you will be busy with other customers. As well as with pricing. Make sure that your pricing is clear, whether you're individually pricing the items or you're going to make that decision to just put a posting up that says what the prices are going to be. Just make sure that it's clear. You wouldn't want to lose that sale because somebody didn't know what your items were going to go for. Make sure that you're approachable for the customers. Make sure you've got a smile on your face. And if you have any questions, make sure that you're able to answer those questions for them. My name again is Cindy Brubaker. I hope to see you at all of the sales.